In today's episode of Leopards Eating the Faces of Conservatives, we have Kemi Badenoch, and I'm going to show you 3 clips, all of which happened in the last 20 days, in which Kemi Badenoch breeds a face-eating leopard. That leopard then eats her face, and then she complains about the leopard eating her face.
Statutory maternity pay. It is a function of tax. Tax comes from people who are working. We're taking from one group of people and giving to another. This, in my view, is excessive. There wasn't any maternity pay, and people were having more babies. We need to make sure.
Well, that's because women often had to not work. They had to stay at home. So
now, if you are arguing for lower maternity pay and even suggesting that it was a good thing when there was no maternity pay and that women should have more kids, then you are literally arguing to make it harder for women to engage in the world of work, which is the kind of thing you would expect to hear from a conservative politician like Christopher Chope yesterday.
I myself am supporting Robert Jenrick because I think he's brought more energy and commitment to the campaign, and being leader of the opposition is a really demanding job. And much as I like Kemi, I think she's preoccupied with her own children, quite understandably. But I think Robert's children are a bit older, and I think that it's important that whoever leads the opposition has got an immense amount of time and energy.
Sorry, Christopher, can I just clarify that? You're saying that a woman shouldn't be standing to be leader of a political party?
Kemi spends a lot of time with her family, which I don't resent at all. But the consequence of it is that you can't spend all your time with your family as at the same time being leader of the opposition.
Bear in mind, if the government funded childcare properly and funded and encouraged dads taking time off to raise the kids, this would be less of an issue. But Kemi Badenoch is specifically against that kind of government intervention.
This is one of the principles that I'm fighting this leadership contest on. There is too much government. Every time there is an issue or someone has a question, the answer cannot be, well, let's help the government help people to have babies.
And so last night, during the debate where Kemi Badenoch is trying to become the leader of the Conservative Party, this happened.
Your colleague, Christopher Chope, is in the news today, isn't he? He said that you are preoccupied with your children, arguing that it's impossible to be the party leader and a mum. Can you do both jobs?
Of course you can. I love my children. I have the most beautiful children in the world. I want to spend as much time with them as possible. I said to all of you that family was one of my key principles. I know it is for everyone in this room. Family is important. We have to live by our principles. I was able to be a great business secretary and trade secretary and equalities minister, effectively doing 3 jobs while balancing my home life. If I can do that, I can do this too.
Kemi Badenoch is on £84,000 a year, plus expenses and donations, so she can afford childcare and isn't as reliant on maternity pay as most parents. But back to the main point. So Kemi Badenoch used the traditional conservative argument that would make it harder for women to engage in the world of work. One of her conservative colleagues then used that argument to try to deny her the job that she's trying to get, and now she's complaining that we're supposedly a modern society and therefore women should have rights. People like her are going to make Francesca Ramsey a millionaire.